My name is Kyle Washington, and I'm about to give you a rundown from birth to present day. I was born in San Antonio, Texas, July 27, 1993, Simone and Cleotis Washington. I have two siblings. I'm the oldest of three. I have an 18-year-old sister who's a freshman at Incarnate Word University, and a brother that's a freshman there at Humboldt. Okay, so growing up early life, I was bigger than everybody. I used that to my advantage, and I was bigger than everybody, stronger than everybody, faster than everybody, and I kind of used that to my advantage, and I kind of got involved in bullying others. I used to tease them and pick on them and whatnot, so that was one of my characteristics growing up. And in the early childhood, about 1998, we moved to Houston, Texas. That's where I experienced all that stuff I was talking about, bullying and picking on other people. Growing up, I had several hobbies. I was all encompassing. I liked doing a lot of stuff. I loved reading. There was an accelerated reading program at my elementary school that gave gifts and awards to those who had like great test scores over books that we read. So that was an extrinsic motivation for me to read a lot. So I would carry books everywhere I go. I'll go to restaurants, I'll carry a book, I'll be reading. I'll be in the car, I'll be reading. So you would always catch me reading. And another thing I like to do was, of course, sports. I was always involved in sports, football, basketball. You know, at the playground, I was involved in tag, freeze tag, everything imaginable. But one thing I also liked doing was art, and I love drawing and painting and doing those type of things. And so I brought something from when I was younger that I drew. And so you can kind of see what I liked to do when I was younger. Kind of phased out as I grew older, but that was one of the things I liked to do growing up. Here's a picture of me and my dad, my little sister. And as you can see, she's 1 year old, I'm 4. And I look much older than 4. As you can see, I was big. And that was my second year involved in organized football. I was about 9 years old, 9 or 10. And so, we moved to Humboldt, Texas in 2007. So I was in Houston for a while. We moved north of Houston to a town called Humboldt, Texas. And at that time, I was transitioning to a new environment, but at the same time, my growth stalled. Everybody was growing taller than me. They were bigger than me. They were getting faster than me. So I went from being a big guy around the block to the little guy. And here's a picture of me. At this time, I was a freshman in high school, 5'7", 105 pounds. And believe it or not, I was the shortest guy on offense. Everybody was taller than me, everybody was bigger than me, everybody was faster than me. So I went through a phase in life where I realized like I'm not the big guy around campus anymore, I'm not the big guy on the playground anymore, everybody's bigger than me, everybody's more athletic. So, because of that, I was shy and reserved. I didn't talk much. I went from being the guy that was an extrovert and did all these things to other people, and then I had that kind of come back to me and bite me in the butt. So I was shy and reserved because of it. But as I grew older, junior and senior year of high school, I kind of caught back up to everybody and started passing people. So I went back to being the big guy around campus, and so I excelled in football, and we went 3 rounds deep my senior year of high school, and that caused me to get looks from colleges. I chose to come to Angelo State and continue my education. And here's a picture of me at 17 years old, my first day ever in San Angelo, Texas. Before they started recruiting me, I didn't even know San Angelo existed. I thought it was in California when they first came to my school. So this is my recruiting visit when I first came to San Angelo, Texas. Had a good time. Talon was there. So, yeah. And while I was here, I was able to excel in academics and excel in the football field. I'm still playing football. This is from my sophomore year. These are 3 seniors, some of my good friends. And that's from my sophomore year. We've been doing some great things since I've been here. And here's graduation. Since I came to college, I became more outgoing, I've noticed, in the community and with peers around campus. So I appreciate that change in my life because I used to be shy and reserved, like I said earlier. And from being in college, I was able to find a passion in coaching, and I think I can do a great job of coaching in the near future. That's one of my future endeavors and one of my career paths moving forward. So the floor is open to you guys as coaches. I'm 6'5" and 3/4.
So from being, I guess, someone that bullied, and now you're someone that the school looks up to, I mean, how has that changed, or, I mean, what made you decide to, does that affect, like, how you act around the community now and certain aspects?
I don't think my past experiences affected it, but when people put me on a pedestal around here, like say, oh, you're this and that, oh, you're this, and I think to myself, it's like, it's not always been like that, you know. I haven't always been a good guy, you know. I haven't always been the tall guy, you know. So I've been able to experience both sides of different spectrums. It's like you said, bullying, and then, you know, somewhat good right now, and being short, being tall, you know. So I've been able to look at it that way too.